Hi, welcome to Pious Craft Creations. Thanks for taking time out every day to hang out, chit chat, craft, and create with me. Today I'm coming on with a little bit more elaboration on the Bits and Bobs video short that I did. And it was, I think, last week or the week before that I shared it. And I received a couple of requests to share how I did them, a little bit more elaboration. So these are the Bits and Bobs strips that I did. And I call it Bits and Bobs because it's little bits and bobs of scrap fabrics that I have. Not a lot of them. So I used up the little bits that I had from that video. And I have some more so I can share you. So I take a strip of paper. Doesn't have to be plain. Can be any kind you like or anything. And I have all my little bits and bobs from projects that I did here. Little bits, little bobs, different colors. The tiny little ones, they don't work very well in this, but the bigger ones work really well. So what I did first is we'll do it on this one here, and we'll use these florals as an example. A lot of these florals. So I'm going to put that one back. And we've got these florals here and these florals here. There's a couple different ones. So first thing I did is I take a piece of glue, bead of glue, a bead of glue, and I apply it right down the middle of my page. Just like that, just down the middle. Might have a little bit too much glue in there, but that's okay. You want to go down the middle only. Might have a little bit much, so let's just pull some of it off. We'll do two at once. So you just take and you start at one end and apply your papers. So one end, just apply your papers in random order, however you like, and you're just layering them on top of each other, just like that. Go back and forth with them. Boy, you need to be in the middle there. There you go. So just like that, back and forth, layering on top of each other. Oh, that's such a pretty paper. And you just want to overlap them. The overlapping helps, I think. Go right down that center. And then you got your page all set to go. I'm not going to pull out my sewing machine just yet. So let's do a big one on that one there. Okay, so you've got them. Give your glue a chance to dry, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take, and I just ran it through my sewing machine. I started at one end and I went down and then over and up. And I did that on all of them. This one here, I just went down the whole thing. The same. Went up and over. And it's best if you put in your paper, like the layers are going one way. So we just put it like that. So have your layers facing you. So you want it to go in your sewing machine like this. So each little catch is facing you. That way it glides over better. And then once you sew it, you're able to do it a little bit better because it's going to be held on one side. And then when you're done, you have these pretty little papers. So once your glue is dry, you can come through the back here. Let's do this one because this one's probably a little bit drier. So just follow your paper strip down. Unless you want to leave them on there, you can. But I like to remove them because I like them neat. So just follow the paper down, and it helps when you're sewing as well. So you have an idea of where you're sewing. And then you're left with this really pretty paper strip. Kind of like a mini masterboard. And then you got these tiny little bits and bobs. These little bobs here can go back in there and be used on something else, like a masterboard. So you're essentially creating a little masterboard with them, and they're really beautifully done. So let's do this one here. This one is an odd shaped paper scrap. And I'm not gonna finish it up. I think I like it odd shaped for now. I may change my mind later, but it is an odd shape. So it's really, really pretty. And you don't even have to add stitching if you don't want to. I just think it looks pretty with the stitching myself, but you don't have to. You can leave it like that and glue them each in place. So it's the same concept. You take your little bits and bobs the same way as we did that, only with this one you're going to glue all the way across at the top first. Apply your glue, get your paper nice and saturated in there, and do a little jiggle with it. Kind of gives you an idea where it's going. Then you're going to do the same thing, add a little line just like that, kind of give it a jiggle, little jiggle wiggle, just like that. And you're going to repeat that process all the way down your paper. The other way is you can kind of gauge where it's going to go. Give it a little jiggle, smush it down. I prefer putting it on the paper there myself. And it's a great way to use up your scraps. I prefer putting it right there so I can see it better and gauge what I'm going to put there. Really pretty papers to choose from this week. So pretty. And I have a little bit of excess, so I'm just going to jiggle it up a little bit. And you can do the whole thing still if you choose. Makes it go a little bit faster. To do that, just grab another piece, dip it down, dip it down, dip it down, get that glue activated everywhere. And then that's the same. I don't want the same on there. Let's go with this one. Get it dipped down, and I'm gonna have to add a little bit more glue here. We'll end with that same purple, just like that. So you can glue it all the way down, and it works perfectly. Give it a moment to dry, because you don't want that glue going everywhere. Move these out of the way. All those bits and bobs moved out of our way. So if your glue gets a little there, just grab a wipe. I just run it down my paper, clean off my section there. That way if any of that glue has escaped, we're getting it out of there. Then flip it over. Should be dry enough that we can cut it. And you don't have to sew them. Again, save those bits and bobs for later usage. We have a little bit of extra glue on the back here, so I'm just going to wipe that off. There we go. Look how pretty that is. They're adorable. I really love using these. You can put flowers and stuff on them. They're great for tabs and everything. And you can, it's a great way to use up all those little tiny bits and bobs scraps you got. They're so cute. And like I said, I'm not going to do the stitching. I just do a regular stitch on them. And you can stitch right down the center if you want. You can do a zigzag stitch around the outside if you want. It's totally how you want to stitch them. You don't have to stitch them. It's just a cute little thing. Thank you for asking a little bit more elaboration on them. It was truly fun to share this video with you. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.